Hi everyone. So today we are starting our consulting prep series. In this series, first of all, in this video, I'll introduce you to what all is there in consulting prep, things that you need to do. Then, things you should know before starting the prep. Right? There are certain things that you should know. There are certain frameworks, there are certain terms, right, that you should be aware of before starting the case preps. You cannot directly start a case prep. First, you will have to learn how to solve a case. Only then you will go to case prep. Now, what is the motive of this particular video? I'll tell you what all things are there you should know, and we will not solve any case or any guesstimate today, but I'll tell you what are the different types of cases and what all things are asked in an interview. So, yes, moving on. So what we will cover in this series is these things. First is guesstimate. So I'm sure you know what a guesstimate is. If you don't know, I'll just explain it very briefly. So what is a guesstimate? A guesstimate is an it is made of up of two words, right? Guess plus estimate. So it is a calculated guess. In short, it is a calculated guess. That suppose someone asks you that how many vehicles are there in Mumbai? Two wheelers. So for sure you don't know the answer. No one knows the answer. But there are certain processes or a certain way in which you can find out the answer. Not the exact answer. The answer that you will find is never exact. And the interviewers also don't expect you to give the perfect answer. They only want to see your approach. Now, if I have to give you a question, let's say, how many two-wheelers are there in Mumbai? What will be your answer? Your answer, let's say, would be 5,000 or 10,000. So this is where you will get rejected. This is where a guesstimate comes into picture. By guesstimate, you will be able to guess by a certain approach. You will be able to come to an answer. Doesn't matter the answer is right or wrong, but your approach should always be right. So we will learn about guesstimates in this series. Then we will move to cases. So generally there are four type of cases. There is another one which is very rarely asked unless and until it is a partner round of a very big consulting firm. Otherwise, these four will get you through any interview. So first is profitability. Profitability, what it means. So you will be given a case problem statement, right? Just an example. What could be an example? A very simple example. So uh, below my apartment there is a kirana shop. Now they are there for the past 10 years. In the last 6 months, their profits have been declining. Profits are decreasing or declining. So you have to find why and propose a solution to solve the same. So this is all about the profitability case. How you will do it, how you'll reach to an answer, how you will reach to the why, how we will give solutions, that we will discuss when we cover profitability. Then what is the next type of case? Next type of case is GTM. What is the GTM? GTM is go to market strategy, right? GTM is go to market. In this particular case, you are given a problem statement again. The problem statement would, I'll just give you another example of GTM problem statement. It could be that let's say I am a milk vendor in Kolkata. I have my whole operation set up in Kolkata. I am doing well. Now I want to move to Hyderabad. So will it be profitable? Will it be operationally functional, feasible, and economically viable? So we will have to find out in this case that if we move to Hyderabad, will we be able to retain the same profits that we were doing in Kolkata? And will we be able to operate there efficiently the way we do in Kolkata? So these are the things that comes under GTM. We will again solve this case and discuss this in great detail. Now, the next type of case is growth. Growth. What happens in growth? Uh, Growth can be organic or inorganic, right? Now, a simple problem statement could be a firm is having 100 CR profits right now. In the next 5 years, they want to reach to 500 CR profits. Would they be able to do it? And if yes, how? If yes, how? So this is what comes under a growth case. How to solve this and examples will be shared in the later videos when we cover growth. Okay. Now comes the pricing case. Pricing. What is a pricing case? Uh, giving you an example. So let's say there's a company, there's a FMCG company. Uh, they're doing well. They have a lot of products, right? Now they are launching a new product in a different category, or maybe an existing in an existing category. So let's say if they used to produce shampoo, now they want to produce soap. So what should be the price of the soap? You will have to determine the price of the soap. There are various frameworks which I'll let you know, and then using these frameworks we have to determine the price that people will be willing to pay. It will be profitable and it will do good for the firm. This is all about the pricing case. Then comes the last one, which is unconventional. Now, as you can see, the name itself, it's unconventional. So there is no fixed problem statement. No fixed problem statement. It can be anything under the sun. Anything. Literally anything. They can ask you, uh, let's say, why people are not visiting a zoo. Why? Tell me. Or like anything. We will cover unconventional cases as well. So we will see how to deal with them. For now, these are the introductions of these particular things. Moving on. So there are certain tools and frameworks which you need to know. Okay, so first of all is MECE. This is called MECE, MECE. What it means is mutually exclusive, sorry, and collectively exhaustive. What it means? Mutually exclusive means that there are different segments, right? There's a Venn diagram, there are different segments. These should not overlap. So if you have covered this particular segment and you have covered this particular segment, so you should not cover this thing again and again. So anything that you are covering should be mutually exclusive, right? uh, I cannot think of an example right now, but I'll give you a good example when we solve case using MECE, right? And what is collectively exhaustive? Collectively exhaustive is when you collect all the segments that you are covering. When these are combined, then it should fully describe the solution or idea of the problem statement. Okay, I'll share an example in the coming videos. So in case you didn't understand it right now, don't worry. Then there is a top-down approach. Top-down approach is in guest. It is used in guesstimates. Now, guesstimates are the things which are will be used in cases as well, right? So cases will include guesstimates. If an interviewer asks you only guesstimate, then you'll have to provide a guesstimate answer. But there will be cases where you'll have to do a guesstimate yourself to find an answer to the case. So guesstimates are important for that particular reason, right? So what is the top down approach for guesstimate? Top down approach is when you go from a big thing to break it into smaller things. For example, if you are asked that number of ACs sold in India, so a top down approach would be that you would consider the population, then you would break the population into smaller parts based on maybe income or maybe the region they are living in, and then you will again break it down to, let's say, families of 3, 4, 5, whatever, right? Then you will break it down how many can afford, and then you will arrive at an answer. So this is a top down approach where you break big things into smaller things. Similarly, what is a bottom up approach? It is exactly the opposite of what a top down approach is, right? So bottom up is when you pick something from the bottom, you start with a small thing and you convert it into big things. So let's say I ask you how many, mm, just an example, how many pizzas are sold by Domino's. So if you are using a bottom up approach, what you will do is you will calculate pizzas sold by one outlet, and then you will multiply it by the number of outlets in Delhi of Domino's in Delhi. So this is a bottom up approach. Okay. Then there's another approach which is a bottleneck approach. So what is a bottleneck approach? A bottleneck approach is where you have to identify the bottleneck. There are constraints. So for example, you have to find uh, how much of a product a factory will produce in a day. So there, let's suppose there are three machines in a factory. One of them all the three are to be used simultaneously, right? So what I mean that a product should go through all three machines to be completely manufactured. To be complete, it has to go to all three machines. Machine B and C are there. A is taking 2 minutes, B is taking 3 minutes, C is taking 4 minutes. So who is the bottleneck? Bottleneck is C. A will produce 2 units in 4 minutes, but C will only be able to process one unit. So C is our bottleneck. So if we have to calculate how many products will they manufacture, then we'll calculate it by C. This is what is meant by bottleneck approach. Sorry. Then there's a formula approach. Formula approach is pretty simple. If there are things which are asked and they have a formula. So let's say you are asked that what is the fuel efficiency of a vehicle. Uh, it means distance by, let's say, how much fuel they consumed in liters, right? So anything that can be solved using a formula is in the formula approach. Now, what is a 4P? 4P is product, price, place, promotions. So where is this used? So let's say in a case you see that your revenue is declining. So why is it declining? It could be something related to product. maybe the designing changed or something happened in product, maybe something changed in pricing, maybe something changed in the place we used to sell it, the distribution network that we have, or maybe something changed in the promotions that we are doing, right? So that is where we use the 4P approach to find out where the problem exactly lies. Then there's a 3CP approach. It is not actually an approach. It is uh, this is a thing that we usually follow for hygiene check. What is 3CP? Customer, competition, product, and company. So before starting any case, these four things we should know. We should ask our interviewer about the customer base that we have, the competition that we have, the company or the client that we have, what are the products that they sell. Everything related to these we should be aware before starting the case. So this is all about the frameworks that we'll use. Okay, so finally these are the resources that you can use. Ranked, these are ranked. This is the best casebook that I ever got hold of. And then there's I am Bangalore FMS. IMC's casebook is not that good, but if you are able to solve these, then definitely move to IMC casebook. You can find these on LinkedIn, or you can also reach out to people on Telegram. There are also several books. There's a book Case in Point, which usually people start with. It is also a good book. So these are the resources that you need to use uh, so that you can start with your case prep. And yeah, so what is next in this series? Next, so the next video is going to be on how to solve guesstimate. Guesstimate. Then there will be another two videos of two examples, because I cannot stretch a video beyond a point. So these will come separately. So these will be the videos. Then we'll start with cases, each of the categories of cases, and each will have two examples. So this is the way forward. Stay tuned, and please subscribe the channel and like the video if you uh, like the efforts that I'm putting in. Also, the duration of the videos, I mean the time interval between two videos could be anywhere between 3 to 5 days. In every 3 to 5 days, I'll try to cover a video, bring up a new video. But yeah, I'll obviously try to minimize this, but I'm sorry if I cross this time interval, but I'll try my best to keep it within 3 to 5 days. Okay. So thank you guys. Start preparation, and all the best.